So we've been dealing a lot with circles. For this video, we're going to talk about the equation of a circle. So if we were to plot it on a graph, what does that equation look like and how do we use the circle information? Something that's going to help us with this is the definition of a circle. A circle is defined as a collection of points that are equidistant from the center. Okay? So every point around our circle is the same distance from the center point. And we know that because the radius from the center to the outside, as it rotates around, it's always the same length. The reason that the definition is helpful is because we can talk about distance. We know how to find the distance from point A to point B. We've also talked about how the distance formula is related to the Pythagorean theorem. So if we talk about the Pythagorean theorem, we've got to have a right triangle. But I thought we were dealing with circles. So what I'm going to do is if we were to talk about this right triangle based off of my radius, this distance here is my x distance from the origin. My distance is x. And then here, that distance is y. So if we were to use the Pythagorean theorem to figure out x, y, or my radius, it would look like x squared plus y squared equals r squared. The cool thing is, that's the equation of this circle. Okay? So right here, this is the equation of a circle that has a center at the origin. So because my circle is at 0, 0, this would be my equation. That's it. Because all we're dealing with is the Pythagorean theorem or the distance formula, and we're collecting those points to figure out our radius. That's all we're doing. So what happens when our center is not at the origin? We're still going to be using this setup, but let's say we'll create this triangle here to figure out our radius, right? Okay, so I need to know this distance. So what I'm going to do is whatever this x value is, and then I'm going to subtract this distance, which in this case is 2. So to find this distance on my triangle, this is x minus 2. And I'm saying x because this value is going to change as my circle moves, right? So x minus 2 squared. That's my side length, x minus 2, and I square it. I'm going to do the same thing here. So here I have some y value, and then I'm going to subtract the bottom part, which in this case is 2. So y minus 2 is the height of that triangle. Again, we're seeing a squared plus b squared equals c squared, which in this case is my radius. And I can tell, just from my diagram here, that my radius is 2. So I'm going to have r squared. And that's the equation of this circle. I have a center at 2, 2, and I have a radius of 2. Okay? The cool thing is, as we move forward with these equations, is it's going to stay the same. It's going to be x minus whatever that number is, plus y minus whatever that number is, and my radius squared. So what I'm filling in is I have blank 1, blank 2, and then we'll just go ahead and call this blank 3, which is our radius squared. So that's all we're changing. Okay? So over here, I have examples where all we have to do is write the equation based off that information. Here's my center point. I'm at 2, 2. And I had a radius of 2, so I squared it. So what I'm going to see happen here is I'm going to have x minus negative 2 squared plus y minus 5 squared equals 25, radius squared. But here, I can go ahead and simplify simplify this a bit. I have x minus negative 2, so that becomes x plus 2 squared. And that is the equation of that given circle. I have a center at negative 2, 5 with a radius of 5. Okay? Last example. This is going to become x plus 4 squared plus y plus 1 squared equals 36. And that's it. Okay? So, a little summary here. I'm trying to figure out where I can erase. I'll go ahead and just erase right here. When you're writing the equation of your circle, it's going to look like this. So if we have a center point at HK and our radius of R, whatever they are, my equation is going to read x minus h squared plus y minus k squared equals r squared. Like I said, Pythagorean theorem, a squared plus b squared equals c squared. Okay, good luck with that. You've got it.